Hello, my friends. Maybe you've wondered how your clothes are made. Where do they come from? Today, that is something we are going to talk about, along with how are buildings made. So just like we've talked about with food, boys and girls, clothes don't just magically pop up at the store. They have to be made from something, either a plant or an animal. So how are clothes made? Clothes are made from plants and animals. So we can see a picture up here of a plant. We'll talk about that in a minute, what kind of plant that is, and an animal that we are able to make clothing from. Okay, clothes made from plants. Most of our clothing is made out of cotton, which grows on a plant. So see this nice white fluffy stuff that grows on the plant? That's cotton. And what they do is they pick that off of the plant and put it through many different machines to make into thread to make clothes out of. So this video right here, I will post into the description of this video, along with putting it on our activity list so you can watch it together at home, and it kind of goes through the process of how farmers pick the cotton and make it into thread. So here's an example of the thread that they can make out of the cotton, and then eventually, boys and girls, they make the thread into shirts. So here's another video that I'll put in the description that shows how these balls of cotton are turned into shirts that you and I wear. Okay, and we can also have clothes that are made from animals. Usually, so parts of animals like their fur, their skin, their feathers, or wool. So this lady right here is wearing a winter coat. You can see that on her coat it's lined with fur that could come from an animal. Inside, a lot of winter coats, boys and girls, to keep us warm, there's often feathers inside of it. So that we sometimes will fall out of our coats, actually, that make it fluffy and warmer. And they got that idea from birds. Birds have extra feathers in the wintertime to keep them warm. And then here we have a sheep, and what they do is, so the sheep's hair is called wool, and it's really curly and fluffy, and what they do is they give the sheep a haircut, and they take all that fur, kind of similar to the cotton, and, well, the hair, I should say, and then they use it to make into strings of wool, and then they make it into things like nice warm sweaters. So here is a video of how sheeps get sheared, which is like they're getting a haircut, that you can watch together and see how they make that into clothing too. So before we get to how buildings are made, something that you can do together at home is look at, the tags that you have on your clothes and see how, what they're made out of. So on this t-shirt of mine, you can see right here that says it's 52% cotton and 48% polyester. So that plant I was showing you earlier, that so this shirt is made out of that cotton plant, which is pretty cool. Okay, how are buildings made? Our homes and schools are mostly built from wood, which comes from trees. So they chop down those trees, which makes them into logs, and then they use special tools to cut the logs into big, long pieces of wood. So right here, I have a really cool video that you can watch that shows how they are able to do that, and I'll put that in the description too, along with our activity list. So it's really important, though, too, boys and girls, that if we are cutting down trees, of course, that we replant trees, because when we cut them down, we get rid of animals' homes. And the other important job that trees have is that they keep our air clean for us to breathe in. So that is why it's a great idea to always plant new trees when we cut them down.